right, we have tried a whole lot of different ways to communicate, and again, we're going to try something new. This is our round table, which you will receive every Friday. And good morning, Nicole from K1.
I'm from K1, and the last 2 weeks we've been talking a lot about nutcrackers and gingerbread men. And we even talked about the gingerbread baby and the gingerbread girl and described some of the differences in the stories. If you remember, the gingerbread tried to get across the river and needed help from the fox. Some of the foxes helped us and some didn't. So we took wooden blocks to create a bridge so we wouldn't have to ask the fox. And then we also took cookies, gingerbread cookies, and tried to figure out why did he need help across the river and what would happen if he fell into the river. So the kids learned that they got soft and dissolved and fell apart. So we did need the fox's help. Well, we didn't want one of the fox's help because he ate the cookie. So we tried the bridge instead. With the nutcrackers, we learned a big word this week. It was estimating, and they had to estimate how many nuts the length of the nutcracker was. And maybe one of the last things is our tens frame came in these last 2 weeks, and I found these cute little gingerbread men, and they got to use them to help fill out the different tens frames.
Only at the Academy are the children going to learn about STEM through the gingerbread house and gingerbread men. Very good, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And representing our amazing K2 family, Ms. D.
Hello, good morning. So in K2 this week, we started on journals. Yay! So our first topic was if I went to the north, our first topic was I am excited for Christmas because. So the children had to elaborate on why they were excited. Pretty much just one sentence, but that's okay. The second day it was if I went to the North Pole, and they also drew a picture. We also started on digraphs, which is the beginning blending of words. And we have these. So they are learning these. So it's for shell and for chair, for instance. We also did a book called Bear Snores On, and because of this book we were able to also do a STEAM challenge where the kids had to make a cave out of just a brown construction paper, the pipe cleaning, and some tape, and so they had to make it where it could stand perfectly. So that's what we did this week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And representing our primary students, Miss Amanda.
This week they started to, they continued to learn about multiplication concepts by making arrays. They've gone from reading arrays to actually making their arrays, and one of the ways they made arrays was with candy. They each got a group of candy and they had to make different arrays using that candy. And we continue with our guided reading groups. One thing I added in the guided reading groups was a journal for December, and one of the questions was what would happen if Santa couldn't find his suit.
Oh no!
And they had to write it from Santa's point of view, so it was taking it from their point of view and putting themselves in somebody else's shoes.
Fantastic.
Or suit.
Thanks so much.
Can I get a cue? That was
Representing.
You ready to start it? The preteens.
Here we go.
Oh no.
We'll start with math.
These girls are amazing. They are, 2 of them are conquering pre-algebra in the 5th and 6th grade. So this week we have started simplifying as opposed to solving. Their entire math careers have been built on solving. Everything has an answer. And now, guess what? Pre-algebra comes. And now they're just simplifying. It's proven to be a really big threshold for them. Very difficult, but we're gonna get through it, and they're doing an amazing job as they battle through it. My other student is working out long division with 2 and 3 digits into a number, and she's doing phenomenal.
But in the world of science,
Even cooler.
what can I say? What we are doing is we are working on space, and I have started the children with the beginning of space. We're talking about atoms and protons and neutrons and electrons, and they're learning about the forces in the orbit around the atom and how electrons go flying off. So this is their assignment, which I think is kind of fun, but before the end of the year. Is that Your assignment is to make a time capsule that will communicate what the children of Earth believe is important. You may use pictures you take, video you shoot, art, and or music. If you use words to describe what you feel is important, please also decorate your time capsule. It's going to be our new, we've had Voyager 1, we've had Voyager 2, this is Voyager 3.
Version 3.0.
That's
All
it.
right, scoot over, girls. I'm coming
Oh,
on. in.
right,
Rob's
come on.
coming in. There we
All
go. What are we
Speaking
doing?
of Voyagers and all that kind of fun jazz, we are going into robotics, and boy, oh boy, have they learned a lot. I gave them an engine at first, so just the brains and some wheels and tires, and that's what they came up with about a month ago. Pretty cool. They were able to zip that around. Now they have built their own little engine. So you can see the progression is getting more and more turning into a car. And so of course, what I'm going to have them do is have them do program and make them do a tug of war contest. Who can outstand each other in the tug of war contest? And of course, we're still working on color coding and sensors too as well. Really excited to see what's going to happen with them over the next couple of weeks here.
Are we gonna do another UCD competition?
We are going to do another UCD competition. I think they're going to come out with the guidelines in about a week or a month. We'll stay tuned and we'll find out what's going on.
Ooh, parents, if they come home more tired and grumpy, you're welcome.
Yep, you are. Hola, we are now going into the world of languages. Miss Jasmine.
Hello. So today for the younger kids, we went ahead and learned our colors in Spanish. And yesterday we played a game in which they had to remember their numbers in Spanish and the colors. I would say, go get me tres azules. So 3 blues, and they all did really well outside.
Fantastic. What about Mandarin?
We learned how to say 2011, what year we were born in.
What year were you born in?
2011.
And can you say it in Mandarin?
E Ling E E.
I think she's right. Are you right?
Wait, no.
Okay, very good. Now, Jasmine is also our in-house science instructor, and so what's going on in the world of science?
Okay, for our younger kids, we learned how to use a scale in class. So to see which object is lighter or heavier. And then we went to go see, we did a slow-mo video to see the effects of gravity on an object depending on its weight.
Fantastic. What about your older kids?
And then our older kids, this week we introduced classical genetics. So we focus on heredity. So we went ahead and saw how we saw traits in our parents and saw how we saw those traits in ourselves, and if they're recessive or dominant, and we go ahead and introduce Punnett squares.
Science forever.
Hi, my name is Giselle. I'm from the Geeks, from the Academy of 21st Century Learning. These are 2 students named Jaden and Almond. Jaden, what did you learn in reading?
The letter F.
F? What does the letter F sound like? What does the letter F sound like? What did you guys learn? What did you guys learn in reading? What did you guys learn about?
Gingerbread.
What did you learn about gingerbread?
I read in the water and break it apart.
Amran, what'd you have to build?
A boat.
What did you have to build a boat for?
The gingerbread
Why did you need a boat?
to cross the river.
What'd you build the boat
That's
out of?
so cool. What did you build the boat out of?
Straws and a cup and foil paper and tape.
Now we're in K2. The student I'm interviewing now is Jaren. Jaren, what did you learn about this week?
I learned about bears. They have sharp claws to dig.
What did they do in the winter?
They hibernate.
And what did they eat?
They eat little animals.
How
Fish.
How do you know how tall they were?
They were 6 feet long.
Now we're in primary. The person I'm interviewing this time is Charlie. Charlie, what did you learn this week?
We learned about atoms in that we have millions of atoms on each hair because they're so small we can't see any of them. So we have to look through that special microscope. So, but if they go on a different place besides something that they were supposed to be on, if they go on another thing, they'll just fall right through it because they're so tiny. And that we learned that electrons go around the atoms, and sometimes when you rub something against your hair, the electrons will fly off, and that the electrons are smaller than atoms because they go around the atoms, and that we learned the nucleus, that the electrons go around the nucleus, because the nucleus is part of the atom.
Is there anything else in an atom?
Electrons, protons, and neutrons are very tiny. Both are very tiny, and that electrons are negative energy, and that the protons are positive energy.
Now we're in secondary. The kid I'm interviewing now is Tammy. Tammy, what did you learn this week?
This week we learned about art. We learned about space, that there's a bunch of galaxies in the universe.
Do you know how many, close to the number of galaxies there is?
Like 50 million, 50 million.
Did you learn anything else?
That like there's a lot of universes and they're all in an orb.
I see a funny little elf.
And there's a lot of orbs.
Did you learn anything in that?
We learned about algebra.
What did you learn in algebra?
We learned 50 cents.
Thank you.